Hope everything's going well for you today. Last night we had a Wednesday night church service, and the pastor reminded us to don't miss this time as a time to grow, the time that we're quarantined, the time that we're at home. He said, don't miss this as an opportunity to learn something. And I started reflecting on what he was saying. And one of the things that God kind of brought to my mind was that I need to move forward, and I know it's not always easy moving forward, but I need to move forward and trust God. Trust that He has got this. And I think that's been a theme that a lot of people have been focusing on is trusting God because it is so hard during this time to see um, where God is leading us and what God is doing. And, there was a time in my life when I wasn't always a minister or a youth minister or worked for Club Beyond or those kind of things. I was a police officer in Phoenix City, and I'll never forget leaving the police department to go take a full time job in youth ministry. I didn't have any really formal training in being a full time youth minister, but yet I knew God was calling me to do that. And for me, that was enough just to step forward in faith, say, I know, God, that I don't really have a lot of training, but I know that you are going before me to blaze a path, that this is what you have called me to do. And I stepped out in faith and spent 15 years doing great ministry on Fort Benning to military teenagers. And as I was reading through Joshua this morning, it kind of reminded me of that situation because Joshua is getting ready to attack the northern kingdoms of the land of Canaan, getting ready to try to take the whole land. And about 5 or 6 or 7 different kings combined together to fight against Joshua. But God told Joshua, I have got this. Don't worry about it. You just go attack and you'll win. And Joshua did. He went in and he just attacked them and killed them and took the land that God had promised the Israelites. And as I think about that and I think about my life and the step I took to become a youth minister, I realized that with God, all things are possible. And it says that in Matthew 19, verse 26. I like the New Living Translation when it says, Jesus looked at them intently. He said, humanly speaking, it is impossible, but with God, everything is impossible. So I know that in my life, when I have to face a difficult situation or a difficult decision, or God is asking me to do something, that I remind myself of that verse that in my power I can't do it, but in God's power I can. With God, all things are possible. So is there something that you're facing today? Maybe it's a decision, maybe there's some things that some challenges you're trying to get over. Just remember that with God, all things are possible. Hope you have a great day.